What's going on, guys? It's Eric. I wanted to talk to you all today about doing things for the love of it versus, being attached to some agenda. And often when we are doing anything in life, whether it's building a business, creating relationships with people, or just doing anything in life that involves, some kind of result that could be created out of it, or even drinking coffee. I'll get to that in a second. It's very easy for people to be attached to a result, be attached to some kind of outcome, and consider that the attachment to the outcome actually gets in the way of the outcome you're committed to producing. The strategy model, which I talked about the other week on here, is a model that literally allows you to be committed to an outcome, and it just creates a psychological barrier away from being attached, so you naturally become unattached. But if you're not going to strategize every little interaction in life, so, those are for major outcomes, but even little things. So for instance, I was in Conditori, a Swedish espresso bar near where I live, and there were these two beautiful girls that were in the coffee shop, and I told one of them how much I loved their Converse shoes. I love Converse. Actually, I've always wanted a pair of the John Lennon Strawberry Fields Converse. I think they're beautiful. But there was no agenda. I love beauty. I thought they were beautiful. I thought her shoes were amazing. And that was it. I wasn't asking her for her phone number. I wasn't asking her out. I wasn't trying to fuck her. I was just acknowledging beauty for the love of acknowledging beauty. And when you can do that with people so freely, there's something changes with your energy. I can't quite put words to it, but people can feel when there's an agenda. People can feel when there's some kind of attachment to an outcome. So I'll give you an example. If you are buying something from someone who is a salesperson, and you know that they want to make the sale, they know that you know that, but sometimes you can just feel there'll be an unnatural interaction that'll take place, right? So the best people in sales are the people where it doesn't feel like sales, because they genuinely are interested in serving you, and they will actually not sell you something that they don't feel could be beneficial to you, and they'll share with you why they actually feel what they're selling to you is beneficial to you. No wonder they make more sales. But I had a situation a few weeks ago where I was looking into a service for my business, and the woman goes, I think this would be good, blah, 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 blah. And I go, okay, let me think about it for a few days, and when I'm ready, I will call you back. And she goes, well, how about we just schedule a call for sometime tomorrow to talk about it. And I did, in the moment I did. And then afterwards I was like, I feel gross. Like, that was disgusting. I literally told this woman that I needed a few days to think about it, did not either hear me or respect it, and made sure, right, it's a scarcity mindset, don't want to lose the person, don't want to lose the sale, so let's just keep them in the funnel. That is not a way to get my business, and you're going to get shittier customers doing that. Instead, she could have just honored and given me space to make that decision, with the risk that I don't ever call her back. Now, I would call her back either way, but some people wouldn't if they said no. And then they're not a customer. So if you want to build a very good customer base and a good client base, if you're actually valuing people and respecting them and giving them the space to not want your product, you are going to get a lot more sales. Again, people can feel it when you're genuinely interested, and people can feel when you are not desperate for their attention, you're not desperate for their transaction, whatever it is, whether it's selling a vacuum cleaner or having sex with a girl at a coffee shop. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you know what you're committed to, that you put yourself out there in a way that's authentic and genuine, and then on top of that, you don't have any agenda with anyone other than to add value and to build a dynamic that you like. And then you can't lose, because if someone doesn't want to play along in the dynamic, right? If someone doesn't want to buy that vacuum cleaner, either they don't need it or they don't feel they need it, either one is valid, then you're not selling it to them. And if you come from that mindset, see, I was just talking to someone recently, he runs art galleries. And he was saying that when anyone approaches the art gallery, he greets them, he says, welcome, he makes them feel comfortable, and he says, if there's anything you need, we're happy to help you out. And he said, fucking teenagers will come in and bring their friends. And, they're not people who can afford any of this art, but they have a genuinely good time at this art gallery. Well, you know what? They make a ton of sales. They have revolutionized the way art galleries are done, where they do it in malls, actually. This is a high-end fine art gallery in malls. And, when it was said it could not be done. Well, his mentality, he takes a very tribal mentality. He just wants to build community, with the idea being that if he builds community around his art galleries, he's going to get more sales, and he has, and he supports his artists, he supports his clients, and it serves him well. So it's a win-win for everyone. You look at your typical art gallery, or the ones that at least I've gone into, and I'm very uncomfortable. They might say hi, if they acknowledge you at all. They're going to treat a wealthy person much differently than they're going to treat, a younger person coming in. And it just has a weird, stuffy vibe into it. And, shocker, lots of artists are skeptical of being in an art gallery because they are afraid of being, taken by the gallery owner, that they're going to take too much, they're going to try to rip them off. You see this in the music industry with record labels. You see this in so many industries where people are out for every penny, and it's always what's in it for me, right? So there's the attachment. It's the attachment of what's in it for me, as opposed to how can I serve people? How can I build community? And I will assert you will get many more sales, many more dates, many more friends, many more just positive, meaningful interactions when you come from that space. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.